I think it's appropriate that we just observe protocol. So Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I want to give special attention as well because we do have the Minister of Mineral Resources and Petroleum for the Republic of Angola. So please help me warmly welcome in the room Minister Diamantino Azevedo, who's joining us here today. I always say things happen as they're supposed to happen. Never been to Angola. 2025 will be the first time I'm coming to Angola. And so it's beautiful to practice this way and be able to learn how to pronounce the different names. Now, a few housekeeping rules. Please feel free to take footage. So you don't have to switch off your phones, just keep them on silent. All we ask for you to do is please make sure that you're tagging us on all our platforms at Mining INDABA and that you utilize our hashtag MI25. If you are not Portuguese speaking, we don't know if you'd like to hear translation. So please make sure that you are getting headsets. Now, these are the translations that we have. We're from English to French, French to English, English to Portuguese, and Portuguese into English. If you'd like to listen in French, please use channel number 4. If you like to listen to English, please use channel number 6. And if you'd like to listen to Portuguese, please listen to channel number 8. I see some of you already making your way there. If we can make it as swift as possible so that we can then get the show on the road. I'm quite particularly excitable because I'm African myself, born and bred in South Africa, but a true child of the soil. And so it makes me very happy to have platforms like this where we can showcase countries. And of course, today it's the Angola Mining Business Forum where we are showcasing the Republic of Angola. Quite a rich country that has diversity and inclusion, and I think there's a lot that we can learn from them. So they're here to also give us their best practices, their principles, so that as African countries we can become integrated and start to learn from each other. And we will be seeing a signing ceremony, but they will go into detail about this signing ceremony. So that takes care of the safety moment. And what I'm going to ask all of us at this point in time to do is please be upstanding so we can observe the national anthem of the Republic of Angola. If we could all be upstanding. Thank you so much. You may all be seated. I will now officially hand over the stage to your MC for this section, the showcasing of Angola. So please help me welcome warmly to stage your MC, Celestino Dombi. A round of applause, please, for him. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tommy. Good morning, everyone. It's my pleasure to say again, welcome to South Africa, welcome to Cape Town, and welcome to the Angola Day in mining INDABA. Let's start now with signature of mineral investment contract for project Nduma in Angola. I have to call the representatives of National Agency of Mineral Resource and INDABA to sign the protocol, and the Nduma company. It's going to be the first moment, and we're going to call again. Okay. This is a signature of mineral investment contract for project Nduma. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Excellencies. Now, I'm going to invite Excellency, Minister of Mineral Resource, Oil and Gas of Angola, Diamantino de Azevedo, for welcome remarks. Your attention, please.
Good morning, everyone. Bom dia a todos. Tenho a impressão que ainda estão meio adormecidos, né? I hope you can be awake now. Seems like you're still sleeping. Good morning. Yes, it's better now. In Angola, it's like that we answer. Again, good morning. Thank you. Yesterday, I had a meeting with a company who invests in manganese, and before we take a picture, they said, manganese, manganese, manganese. So now we say, Angola, Angola, Angola. Please, Angola, Angola, Angola. Thank you. Your Excellency, Ambassador Rui Orlando Ferreira da Seita da Silva Xavier, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. It is with great pleasure that I will come to the Angola Mining Investment Forum, a day in which we celebrate 64 years since Angola started its liberation struggle against colonialism. More significantly, this year, we are commemorating 50 years since gaining our independence. We have come far. It is for this reason we are gathered here under the theme, Angola, the time for investing in mining is now. Considering the 2025 mining INDABA's 2025 theme, Future Proofing African Mining Today, Angola is also committed to future-proofing Angola's mineral resources for future generations. In this regard, the Angolan government, led by His Excellency President João Manuel Gonçalves Lourenço, is committed to ensuring sustainable development and economic prosperity for the Angolan people. This is what drives us, the desire to use our mineral wealth for the socio-economic development of our nation. As such, we invite all those who wish to help us achieve our socio-economic development goals to join us in this journey. We will welcome you with open arms. Angola boasts a vast portfolio of mineral resources, such as gold, copper, iron ore, niobium, rare earths, heavy sands that remain largely untapped. Our Kunene igneous complex, greenstone belts, carbonatite complexes, and the extension of the copper belt waits with open arms those who wish to invest in Angola. While we have had 100 years of diamond mining, we still have more than 100 years of mineral wealth to be discovered. To those geologists who want to have their names in the annals of mineral discoveries, please come to Angola. You might associate your name to a world-class mineral discovery. Our aim is to position Angola's minerals and mining sector amongst the top mining investment destinations in Africa and in the world. Today, from the presentations that will follow this address, you will see with your own eyes and hear with your own ears that Angola is open for business. You will also be provided with reasons why invest in Angola's minerals and mining sector in particular, and the Angola economy in general. We are not only calling upon mining companies to set up shop in Angola, but are also inviting service providers to join the Angolan minerals and mining sector. A growing mineral and mining sector means new opportunities for the service providers to the mining sector. Ladies and gentlemen, our regulatory system guarantees security of tenure, is transparent and stable. We have voluntarily joined the Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative. Furthermore, our minerals and mining governance system is unique, as that it recognizes the autonomy of the National Mineral Resources Agency. Our commitment to transparency is demonstrated by the fact that very early in the development of the Angolan mining sector, we are on the verge of implementing the landfolio-based digital mining cadastre system. Distinguished guests, Angola is ready to hold hands with those who wish to join us in addressing the socio-economic development challenges in a win-win and collaborative relationship. We are committed to using our mineral endowment to contribute towards the industrialization of our economy. Both the investing companies and the Angolan government are interested in adding to their shareholder value, while private companies are concerned with their individual shareholders. The Angolan government is also concerned with the value the Angolan people derive from these investments. I, therefore, invite those investors to join us in exploring the opportunities Angola's offer. We are not only inviting you to invest in the Angola minerals and mining sector in particular, but are also calling upon you to invest in other sectors of the Angolan economy. Investors present here today, please prepare yourselves and seize the opportunities to invest in Angola's mining sector, because the time for mining investment in Angola is now. Together, we can shape and develop mining in our country. This is the right moment to make it happen. Ladies and gentlemen, with these brief remarks, I hereby declare open the Angola Day Mining Investment Forum 2000-2025 under the theme, Angola, the time for mining investment is now. Thank you very much.
Before the first panel, let's invite as well the CEO of the Beers Group, Mr. Al Cook, for the brief statement. Your attention.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's quite something to follow Minister Azevedo. Good morning, and it's a huge pleasure to be here. Your Excellency, Minister of Mineral Resources, Oil and Gas, Minister Azevedo, Excellency Angolan Ambassador to South Africa, Dr. Rui Javier, Excellencies, Ministers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. And good morning once again, and how wonderful to be here in this packed room for the Angola Day. What a privilege to be talking about this fantastic country. For me, it's a particularly special moment because it's exactly a year on that I sat up on a stage here and signed a memorandum of understanding for the cooperation between Angola, INDABA, and De Beers. And it just shows how important this INDABA conference can be. But what's really important is what happens between the conferences, what goes on to actually put these words into action. The MOU that we signed last year is a great example of that. It committed us to do what Minister Azevedo said, to explore and advance a mining agenda in Angola. We're advancing Angola's diamond sector with a focus on supporting the growth of semi-industrial diamond mining and enhancing social development opportunities, as well as the exploration that we're doing. And I'm pleased to say that over the last 12 months, we've made some real advances in our partnership with the great company INDABA. On the exploration side, we've achieved 85% completion of our airborne geophysical surveys, flying the equivalent of 4 times around the Earth already. For a lot of the people in this room, flying the equivalent of 4 times around the Earth is what you do on the average Monday. But imagine doing that in small propeller planes over the countryside in Angola. That's the incredible task that we've taken on and completed, and we expect to complete that survey in the next 2 to 3 months. On the ground, we've built a new team, and we can say firsthand and pay first-hand testament to the quality of the Angolans that we've recruited. Our drilling phase capability is now fully operational. We're awaiting the results of our airborne magnetic surveys, and we're going to then start drilling. And when you start drilling for diamonds is when it gets really exciting. As I announced at October's Angola International Diamond Conference in Serimo, so far we've identified 8 high-potential kimberlite targets. That, for me, as a geologist, gets me excited. And on the MOU, we've been doing things above the ground, just as we've been advancing work below the ground. The first thing we've done, which I find really interesting, is we've brought a blockchain called Tracer to the Angolan government. What is Tracer? What is a blockchain? It's a digital passport for diamonds that allows a diamond to be tracked all the way from the moment that it's brought out of the earth to the moment that it's sold. And in this day and age, with the G7 and consumer preferences demanding that we know the provenance of everything we produce, this is really, really important. Tracer is a fantastic example of a digital passport. We've also concluded our exploration labour plan, immediately achieving 90% citizen component within the De Beers team and creating 150 additional contractor roles, doing our bit for societal development in Angola. Plus, we're working with the government to ensure that the standards that Angola has are the highest in the world. And this really gets me excited. We're building upon learnings from other countries around the world and best practice principles. And we're so impressed by the work that the Angolan government is doing. And I would like to pay tribute to President Lourenço and his government. From the moment they took over, from the moment they signed into EITI, the Extraction Industries Transparency Initiative, we knew that they had the intent to drive transparency and the highest standards. And in particular, under the outstanding leadership of Minister Azevedo, who I can say without hesitation is one of the finest energy and mineral ministers on planet Earth. The government of Angola is enhancing transparency, adopting internationally best practice principles, and making business-friendly investments. And I believe that all the businesses around this room will agree with me on that. We're also doing something fantastic for those who aren't part of industrial mining, but are part of the artisanal and semi-industrial sectors. And this is really important because when we get measured by the outside world, we get measured by the quality of all our investments, not just the most high profile. So we're working together with the Angolan government in supporting the formalization of the artisanal and small-scale mining, what we call the ASM sector in the country. And we do that through a business called Gemfair. Gemfair is a company owned by De Beers that helps small-scale producers of diamonds access good prices, good safety standards, good environmental practices, and good ethics. The team were really proud to share their insights into the progress that's been made so far in the country of Sierra Leone. And we had an Angolan delegation come to Sierra Leone to see this firsthand. Just in the last few days, we've had a delegation from Gemfair in Sierra Leone come to Angola to share best practices and to further research Angola's artisanal mining landscape and identify opportunities for collaboration. Transforming this ASM, this artisanal sector, would be a very important step forward for Angola's diamond industry as it drives positive and material socio-economic progress in Angola by unlocking value for us all, for miners, for communities, and for the country as a whole. And just as importantly, what it does is it highlights the country's growing focus on enhancing its international reputation as a responsible source of diamonds. So we're really proud that the Gemfair team are working together with the Angolan government to identify these opportunities. It benefits every single mining company if we can raise the standards of the smallest mines out there. So what does good look like? Well, partnerships are how we work together. Indeed, in our case, by working with our partner governments in Botswana, in Canada, in Namibia, and South Africa, we're very proud of the ethical and sustainable diamond operations that we've driven. And that was exemplified just this week by the signing of a new long-term agreement with the government of Botswana. Now, in partnership with INDABA, we're beginning to do the same in Angola. We're very pleased with the progress so far, and I'd like to pay tribute to the leadership of INDABA. To ensure that our relationship is a success, De Beers, INDABA, Sodiam, and everyone in the Angolan diamond industry must continue to work together. And we would like to focus on 5 things that I believe will resonate across this room. The first is that our operations adhere to the highest standards of safety. Putting safety first is our top priorities. It's one of our values as a company. I know it resonates to every person in this room. It's absolutely non-negotiable. The second is that what we produce, our diamonds, are ethically and sustainably recovered. As consumer preference evolves, we're getting to the place where in America, if you buy a cup of coffee, people want to know where the coffee beans have come from. If you buy a shirt, they want to know where the cotton in the shirt was from. And my goodness now, they want to know where their diamonds are from. And we want to make sure that not only do we tell people when their diamonds are from Angola, but that is a source of pride that Angolan diamonds are fine and something to be proud of. And that brings me on to the third thing, which is our partnership positively impacts the livelihoods of the people of Angola for generations to come, even beyond the recovery of the last diamond, by investing together with the people of Angola to make a real difference to them. The fourth thing we do is we invest in the marketing of Angolan diamonds. We invest in category marketing together. How many of you have heard the phrase, "A diamond is forever"? Put up your hand. That's a good marketing campaign, and it's one we need to build on. A diamond is forever. An Angolan diamond is forever. In this modern world, people care more and more about ensuring that when they buy something that marks the most special moments of their life, what they buy represents the most special moment of their life. It is a source of joy, and that is my final point. It is that we need to work together to market what we do. In our case, we need to work together to bring all the diamond-producing countries together. All of those who produce diamonds in an ethical, sustainable way need to come together to tell our story, to market the category of diamonds, to ensure that consumers across the richest countries in the world that buy our diamonds hear the wonderful stories of people, of sustainable development, of the environment, of everything good we do to make our diamonds not just brilliant and beautiful when they're bought, but brilliant and beautiful in terms of what they do in great countries like Angola. It's all about partnerships, ladies and gentlemen. And on the 50th anniversary of independence, 2025 is already a landmark year for Angola. Let's work together in Angola to make sure that positively and deliberately it can also be a landmark for Angola's industry, its diamonds, its miners, and its communities. Thank you so much for your time this morning. I'm going to try a little bit of Portuguese. Don't get your headphones out because I think you will understand what I'm saying. Estamos sempre a subir. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.
Let's start with the institutional panel, geological and mining potential service available for the mining operations, legislative framework and investment opportunities. I'm going to announce Mr. Jacinto Rocha from National Agency of Mineral Resources.
Excellency Minister of Mineral Resources, Dr. Diamantino Pedro Azevedo, Excellency the Ambassador of Angola in the Republic of South Africa, Dr. Rui Xavier, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed, good morning. Good morning. You see, you have heard Al Cook, and Al Cook was very excited. So if you want to come to Angola, you have to be excited. If you look at the number of people sitting here today, it is time for excitement. So I'm going to take you through very quickly the system of governance in Angola, the regulatory framework. I'll show you some areas of potential and services that we provide, and then that will be proven by the ones who will come after me in their presentations as to why is it that you have to invest in Angola. Angola is a constitutional democracy. We have elections every 5 years and choose political party that will lead the government in the next 5 years. Our next election is in 2027. our country is politically and socially stable. We honor our regulatory, our legal, our contractual commitments. When we sign on a piece of paper, or on the dotted line, as we have done today with this project in Duma, we are going to do what we set ourselves to do. Our constitution is the supreme law of the country. We observe and respect the rule of law. There is a separation of powers between the executive, the judiciary, and the legislature. One key principle. In terms of our constitution, we have elected to have a market economy. So the choice of the economic system in Angola is not a political or policy choice, it's a constitutional matter. And this is unlike any other countries. The role of government is to coordinate, set a policy framework, create the environment within which business is to be conducted. From the mining sector perspective, we have the Mining Act of 2011. This is the instrument that we use to regulate the mining sector. In Angola, like in any other country, mineral resources in the ground belong to the state, but critically, once they have been lawfully extracted, they belong to the holder of the mineral title. The mineral licensing system is very transparent. A company applies, we publish widely that a company so-and-so has applied for a title. We give opportunity for people to complain about the application, and the process goes through. Rights are transferable, especially for the junior mining companies who find a deposit, if I may say, that is bigger than them. They can then transfer their title to a company like De Beers, BHP, Rio Tinto, Ivanhoe, or any other major mining company. By law, we are not allowed to expropriate a mineral title. Security of tenure, guaranteed in Angola. How do you apply for a mineral title in Angola? There are two ways. One is a free entry system, where a company identifies an area and lodges the application, which is submitted at the minister's office. The other option, which does not happen that often, last time we did it was in 2019, is a public tender, where we identify an area with economic potential, and we don't go through a public auction process where we then select who's going to manage the rights granted in relation to that identified area. Indeed, in more detail, if you go through an open tender licensing system, it is on first come, first served basis. The application is submitted at the minister's office. It is then transferred to the agency where it is analyzed and processed further. When you submit your applications, we would want you to tell us who you are. In other words, the company details. You have to show us, give us proof of your financial and technical capacity, and an area of interest. We oftentimes sit down with companies, especially foreign companies, where we help them identify areas with potential, and this is done between the agency, the ministry, and the Institute of Geological Survey in Angola. Now, a critical aspect of our process, we have a contractual basis for granting rights. In other words, a company applies, a negotiations commission is then appointed by the minister on recommendations of the agency. A mineral investment contract is negotiated. What we signed here today was as a result of negotiations that took place between the agency, the INDABA, and the INDABA company. So the prospecting title is granted for 5 years. Now remember, prospecting title in the context of a mineral investment contract. So a mineral investment contract can go up to 35 years. In other words, you don't have to come and renegotiate every time you want to move phases. So we have one mineral investment contract with 3 phases, which is prospecting phase, evaluation phase, and mining phase. What we then do on top of the mineral investment contract, we issue you with a prospecting license, which is valid for 5 years, renewable twice for 1 year, 1 year, 1 year, and we can renew it a 3rd time. And then the remainder of the 35 years is for your exploration, which is then renewable every 10 years ad infinitum. So it is a system that is secured. So the issuing of an exploration, a mining license is automatic. There is a guarantee that if you find a deposit, no third party will then come and be issued with a mining license. We signed a mineral investment contract with you. You are guaranteed that you are going to be the one to do the mining. I've explained the regulatory process. We have the documents here. I've got these using technology today. Those who can go to the agency stand, you'll find this business card size thing, and you'll find all the information around the regulatory system in Angola and the areas that we are going to promote. The next slide is about a mineral potential of Angola. I'm not the best one to talk about it. That is why I'm sitting next to my colleague from the Geological Institute. If he can stand up. He's the one who knows the geological secrets of Angola. So anyone who wants to know about the geology of Angola, knock on his door at the Geological Survey in Angola, and we'll be able to give you better information as compared to what I can give you. So I'm not even going to try. But in terms of them giving geological information, they also render services. So companies who may not know whether we have private sector companies involved in doing prospecting in Angola, Council for Geoscience in Angola, Geological Institute can assist you in that regard. There is a private company associated with INDABA that does also, which is GeoAngola, that also does the same. So within the Mirempet family, we can assist you as you come into Angola. We can assist you with the licensing process, but we also can assist you with discovery of mineral resources in our country. These are just the services that they are able to render to you, and we're showing the equipment that they also have. The Council for Geoscience, I'm using the Council for Geoscience because there are quite a number of South Africans here, just to associate yourselves with our IGO, which is the equivalent of the South African Council for Geoscience. They have 3 offices. One is based in Luanda, which is the main head office. Then they have one in the Lundas, which focus more on the diamond sector, and they have another one in the Wheeler province that focus on our ornamental stones or dimension stones in Angola. They render services to this part of the sector. In relation to the areas that we are promoting now, some of you may find a little bit strange that we are bringing gold. Gold is a hot commodity now. If you look at the gold price today, you would not want to go and invest in gold. So we have these four concession areas that for you to come and identify. The information is here. Come and identify, and then you can lodge your application. And we have one for copper. I know that those who are thinking about the so-called green minerals and are interested in copper, we're bringing one area for copper. You can look at the dimensions of the The size, it ranges from 600 to 2,000 and something square kilometers. In Angola, your concessions can go up to 10,000 square kilometers, meaning that those who choose the 10,000 are indicating to us that they are capable of doing it. So those interested in gold, please come. Go to our institutional stand and get information about these areas that are under promotion. Why come to Angola? I'll be repeating myself. It is politically, it is economically, and it is socially stable. Our regulatory system is very attractive. It would not have been attractive if we were still chasing the beers, Ivanhoe, Rio Tinto. They are there because they've seen that the system that we have, they can operate within. Now, if these three major companies are there, why would you not want to come to Angola? De Beers is there, Rio Tinto is there, Ivanhoe is there. They've set the example, follow them. Follow where the big elephants go. If you don't do that, as they say in South Africa, you snooze, you lose. We have good policies. Geological potential is there. As the minister mentioned, we have over 100 years of diamond mining, but we have more than 100 years for other minerals. So Angola is big elephant country. Come to Angola. You are guaranteed to repatriate your capital by law. And then I know that infrastructure may be a challenge, but what we have can assist you to travel within the country. But I also know that a geologist does not need a road to do his job. And I thank you very much.
Now let's talk about opportunities and the Diamond Project, seeking investment, financing, and partnership. Let me call for podium Mr. Rogério Guimarães, INDABA Director. Please, we have to respect the time. Remember, we have to finish before 12. Thank you. Because I will have the same.
Yeah, I was saying that I will be standing on this side because I will have the same problems as Dr. Jacinto. I'm not tall enough to be standing there. So, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today. All protocol observed, and before I start my presentation, we will show a short video about INDABA. After this video, it will be clear, all you will understand what's the new INDABA's view for the future. It's about INDABA New Dawn. Please, video please. Thank you very much. For the next 10 minutes or so, I'll be presenting and will be talking to you about all the exciting investment opportunities we have in our country. I'm talking about diamond sector, talking about opportunities in the diamond sector, but not only. As we go along, you will understand what I'm talking about. At the end of this presentation, I hope that everybody in this room will have a clear understanding about the tremendous potential we have in Angola and what kind of investments we have to offer. After this presentation, in case you have doubts or questions, please join us at our stand and we will be happy to discuss and talk to you. As most of you might be aware, INDABA is a state-owned company, belongs to the government of Angola. Our core business is diamonds exploration and production. So, our main objective is to increase the production, the diamonds production in our country. But also, we are committed to communities. We are committed to contribute for the boosting of our economy. As any other companies, we have a strategic vision. So, as we are now, our strategic vision is to be involved in all stages of diamonds value chain. What I'm talking about is, in the past, we were just focused on producing diamonds and diamond mines. It's a new time, it's a new market, it's a new world, so we changed our vision. We want to be involved in both downstream and upstream. Of course, we have also responsibilities, commitments. We are committed to responsible mining. We are committing to work and empower our communities. We are committed to diversity and inclusion. We want everybody, no matter of gender, religion, or where are you from, we want to work all together for the growth of our country, because together we are stronger. Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, as you might be aware, we are coming from a long way. Just for the last 5 years or so, we are coming from 7 million to 14 million carats per year. So we are growing, and we are counting on our investors, our partners, to be part of this growth. We have a big number of untapped reserves in our country. But in order to develop them, we need to work with partners. We need new skills. Okay, when you're talking about partnership, new skills, growth, of course we need to talk about technology. We are not that old company that was just interested in partners to invest in our exploration or production fields. We need to partnership with you in technology, logistics, clean energy, water system management. So we are open for a big business, a part of exploration and production. To do mining, you need a very well-organized supply chain. So please come to us. Let's do business in logistics. We are embracing new technologies. I'm talking about things like traceability. In the modern world, it's very important. So we are there. We are dedicated to responsible mining. We are dedicated to environment. So we are adapting ourselves to the new world, to the new market conditions. We don't want to be behind. That's why we want to work together with potential investors in a win-win conditions. Today, we brought here a concession, a greenfield concession for diamonds exploration. We have one concession here, but for the sake of time, I did not bring more, or we did not bring more than this. Of course, we have more. Come to our stand, and we will present to you the rest we have. I have about more than 10 concessions that we have to offer you, gentlemen. But a part of that, as I mentioned to you, we want to be in both downstream and upstream. I'm excited to announce today that we have about 10 factories looking for investors. So, not only exploration, I'm talking about cutting, I'm talking about polishing. So, this is one of the opportunities as well. In this slide here, we can see the location of the concession, type of deposits. This is in this area, we have both alluvial and primary deposits. Before companies worked there, they conducted some works there, but of course, further investigation is needed, and we are open to discuss. So as I mentioned before, gentlemen, we are offering a wide, very wide range of opportunities, from exploration to value addition through cutting and polishing. With the right partners, it will be a huge contribute for Angolan economy, for the growth of our communities, for the growth of our economy. We are also looking for areas like researching. Why don't we start working together in researching? It's very important. We have a nice training school, training center in Angola. We need people with skills to teach our youth. We have a lab. We are starting. Of course, we need the expertise from other parts of the world. So, gentlemen, we are open for those kind of business. And as a conclusion, I will just recap what I have said. INDABA is an upstream and downstream company. We can talk about business in both parts. We want investments in research. We want investments in technology, clean energy, water management systems. We are open to work with you. As I mentioned before, together we are stronger. Welcome to Angola. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We have to rush because, remember, we need to finish before 12. Let me call Mr. Sandy Vieira Dias, Head of Department of Sodium, to talk about business opportunities in Angola polishing industry. Thank you.
His Excellency, Minister of Mineral Resources, Petroleum and Gas, His Excellency, Ambassador of Angola in South Africa, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's a great pleasure to be here in front of such distinguished guests to speak about a great opportunity in the Angola diamond value chain. I'm talking about the rough diamond beneficiation, which Angola is marching its way to be a reference in Africa. We are confident that we have all the essential elements required to make this an achievable goal. And I will speak to you about some of these elements, starting with the production. Again, I'll try to be fast. According to the Kimberley Process statistic data, in 2023, Angola ranked both in volume and value number 4 in the top 10 diamond producers in the world. We have been experiencing increases of our production since 2020. We, from 20 to 2024, we had an increase of 20%, and we believe that this mark will be even higher, especially with the opening of the Luela mine and the new mines that are coming. We heard the chairman of De Beers saying that he already found 8 kimberlites. To us means that in terms of production, we will have a lot more in the next coming years. We also have a great diamond quality. Our diamonds are the most gem quality. So we think that this is an interesting element for people who are interested in beneficiation. Another thing is that according to our legislation, our trading legislation, 20% of the rough diamonds produced in Angola must be sold to the local manufacturer. So if you are coming to invest in beneficiation, production is not a road. It's something that you will find a lot. Another element is the infrastructure. In 2021, we inaugurated the Saurimo Diamond Development Hub, which is located in the province of Lunda Sul and has a total area of 300,000 square meters. This hub was built to be a center for cutting and polishing of rough diamonds in Angola. We already have some companies there, like KGK, which is an Indian company, and it's a big one. We also have Stardiam, Polaro, Robustiam, and others already in operation. We also have a training institute. This training institute has the mission of training young people with the right skills for the factories or the new factories coming, absorbing them and start working. Let me just say, and for the sake of time, that Sodiam has a mandate to build 19 more factories until 2027. These factories, we have 2 types, one with 960 meters square meters, and the other one with 600 square meters. With these factories, investors, they only have to bring their equipment, recruit people, and start operations. The rental conditions are over there. We can sign 5 years agreement and renew every 5 years, and the price is basically $1.5 per square meter. We also approved a incentive package which differentiates basically the investors who buy diamonds to export from the investors who buy diamonds for local manufacturing. Let's say you are a manufacturer and you are buying diamonds to process locally. Basically, you pay 0.25% for those diamonds polished locally, and you pay 8.5% if you want to export the remaining parcel. Now, if you are someone who are buying diamonds only to export, you pay 5% more. Basically, you pay 13.5% to export those diamonds. We also signed a special agreement with the with the tax authority to have all the VAT paid in dollars and reimbursed in dollars. We also brought some statistics, not statistics, a SWOT analysis, just to show our strengths and our opportunities. I won't talk about the weaknesses because it's something that at the end of the day will be translated into opportunities. But in terms of strength, Angola produces over 14 million carats of diamonds per year. 20% of these total diamonds are to be manufactured in Angola. We have gem quality diamonds, and we have definitely youth with strength and energy and thirst for learning and work at these factories. In terms of opportunities, with the construction of the Diamond Hub and also the construction of this 19 factory, which will reduce the investors' capex, we think definitely there are good opportunities for you investors who are interested in beneficiation. I'll stop here. I have another slide, but I'll stop here because of the sake of time and say that we are opening for investors in rough diamond beneficiation. If you guys are interested to invest in Angola, I'll invite you to come to our booth at the Angola Diamond Potential and learn a little bit more and start engaging into future cooperation with us. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much for your presentation. We have to respect the time because we have to finish before 12. Let's cross to the technical panel. Update on prospecting activities in Angola. Let's call Mr. Kanga Shakwivwila, General Manager of Rio Tinto Angola. Please, 5 minutes.
Good morning, everyone. If I may say, all protocol observed. So I don't have time, so I'll rush. Yeah, green one. Okay. Just for introduction, so I've got only 3 points. So I'll make a short update for the project that Rio Tinto has in Angola. Rio Tinto has 2 projects currently in the country. The first one is the Rio Tinto Angola. Rio Tinto Angola has a joint venture with INDABA that is looking after Chiri. Everything that's related to diamond is a Rio Tinto Angola. Rio Tinto Exploration Angola, everything which is related to non-diamond, and currently looking for Moshiko project and the other project that might come in the future. So this company will be looking after that, and has the mother company, which is a Rio Tinto Mineral and Development, which is based in the United Kingdom. Just a quick recapitulation. On your right side, you'll see the map. Okay, the concession is not very big. It's 180 square kilometers. Okay, it's more or less 30 kilometers from Saurimo, north of Saurimo, on the way going to Lukapa. If you see there's a white line on your right, that is a road going from Saurimo to Lukapa. From the main road, that road, to the Kimberlite, Chiri Kimberlite is 7 kilometers. And you can see that on your left is the Katoka mine, is more or less 30 kilometers. Just to situate yourself, to see where you are. Start imagine where you are. That is Katoka on your left. And down the picture, you see the outline of the Kimberlite, and you see the grid where the drilling was conducted. This Kimberlite was discovered in 1973 and only was assessed during the time of 2008, 2012 by Gem Diamond. And the mineral contract was signed in 2021, and the phase 1 of drilling started in 2022 after signing 6 months, so the team was already in the field doing the work. The first phase actually was done roughly 15,000 meters of drilling. If to put it in the straight line, for those which non-technical people, so we have drilled already 15 kilometers if you put it in the line. So, and the geological models, geological and the economic model on the various scenarios has been completed in 2013. Last year, we have completed with the airborne just to sterilize the area to see if there's no potential kimberlite around the concession while we proceed to the next phase. So we did electromagnetic survey on the concession, was completed. And the geotech drilling also was done last year. And the core scanning, you see the picture with the 2 geologists. Actually, this one used to be INDABA interim geologist, a very good geologist, that doing the scanning of the core. That what I said, that almost 15 kilometers of core. If you put them in the straight line, it's a 15 kilometers. They have to work in scanning all the core. And the last year also, we started with a large diameter drilling for the bulk sampling, and the study of the design for bulk sample plant was also completed last year. And based on the drilling result, the geological model was updated. In terms of operational side, the road that I showed you, that road of 7 kilometers, was also upgraded. So now you can drive from that road even 120 kilometers, although that we are not allowed to drive 120 kilometers per hour, but it's a good road now. And the camp also was started building and already has been completed. Unfortunately, we don't have time. We've got a video looking from the top. You could see the camp but the picture is there. You don't see the houses because we kept all the trees. So the houses are there. The picture that you see on the top right, top your right, yes. Top right, the houses are there between the trees, so you can't see the houses. So the camp has been completed. And you see the picture there of the plants designed in the middle. And in terms of community social program, so we have been rehabilitating all the boreholes around the 5 villages that we have around the Chiri project. And we built a brand new borehole, the one that you can see down on your right bottom. And we've got the picture of LDD, elephant, drill rig in the middle, the big one. So we're drilling 24-inch holes.
The time, please.
For this year, so we're planning to continue the geotech drilling, a large diameter drilling, and the surface bulk sampling, and the plant will be built this year. According to the plan, we should commission this plant in mid-year, this year. In terms of community social program, so we're working with the IDPP. IDPP is the aid of the development of the people for people, in terms to educate the community around the concession for agriculture, so that they can have at least sustainable agriculture. And also planning to build a jungle for the community. This is the second project that we have, the Moshiko project.
Time is end.
Okay, I'll rush, no problem. So the intention letter was submitted in 2019, and the MAC was signed in January last year. Within 180 days, we were already in the field. Okay, I'll rush, but you can see the chief of Bundas in the middle, and the team of Ritinto, the other side, was the project manager. And the last year, we did the field trip, just to situate yourself again. The concession has roughly 10,000 square kilometers, and it's located now in 2 provinces. According to the new administrative division, the concession is within 2 provinces, Moshiko and Moshiko Leste. In terms of technical and operational planning for this year, for those ones that have seen the geological map for Angola at the scale of 1 million, you could say that almost 50% of the country is covered by sand. And this project is within that area where sand overburden, roughly more or less 50 meters. And the only method that you can use in this type of area is geophysics. So currently we are flying with a Tempest. Tempest is a combined method, the gravity and EM. And the bottom there you see the helicopter for the emergency in the project is at Luena, at Luena Airport. It's a permanent there. And we'll be drilling this year. We'll be doing stratigraphic drilling.
I do have to apologize.
And the test drilling. That was the last slide, actually.
I have to apologize. We okay. really have to bring the next one on stage.
No, that was the last slide. So I was rushing.
So we're going to have to really run through the program so that we're able to give the minister an opportunity to do the closing as efficiently and effectively as possible without going into the next panelists, because we do have other panelists from other countries who have also prepared for theirs. So unfortunately, right now, we're running right behind time. We're trying to see as a team how we can work it out. So please bear with me. We're going to stay quite tight for time, and we're going to keep it at 5 minutes per speaker. We cannot wait until your last slide, each speaker. So if we can please swiftly then have Wilson Ganga back on stage now so that we can start your 5-minute clock, and then we'll see how best to work it out. So you will be hearing my voice cutting you off. It's not out of rudeness, it's just so we can respect the entire program for the rest of the day. Over to you, Wilson.
Thank you. Let's give 5 minutes to Mr. Wilson Ganga.
Hello, good morning, everyone. I'm Wilson Ganga. I'm the CEO of NeoBonga. NeoBonga is the first niobium mine in Africa. And we're very proud to announce this because especially now Angola is celebrating 50 years. So a little bit about NeoBonga. It was founded in 2018 by an investment company called Sunshine Group. The Sunshine Group is a group that's been investing heavily in Angola in many different other sectors. And one of our main focus is niobium. We applied for the title in 2018, and in 2021, thank you to the government, they're able to give us the title. A little bit of facts about NeoBonga. The last 2-3 years, we've invested $200 million. The focus of the investments have been on 200 kilometers of road. We built a dam to be able to hold about 80 million metric cubes of water. And we've been also helping a lot of the people in the economy. So just in social responsibility inside of our concession, before, there was a church and there was also villagers there. So a big part before we could start doing anything was to try to negotiate with the people there. So the last couple of years, we built about 500 social houses. And then also, thanks to the government, we've negotiated to be able to give about $3,000 per family so they can move out of the concession. And then we also help them with fertilizers. And also fertilizers and also a little bit of know-how on how they can do their own farming and be self-sufficient. Here's some pictures about us negotiating with the people. Those before were the houses where they had before. In the middle were the houses that we built for them before. A little bit of the investments that we made there from the $200 million was the dam. One other one is a 20 kilometers of pipeline water, and also a washing plant that's able to treat 8,000 tons daily of mineral. This is a little bit of photo of our operation. I'm just trying to be a little bit quick today because I know the time. Here's our operations of the pipes and our washing plant. Over there is a picture of our dam that we've built there. This is also a dam of rejection. So a little bit of niobium, our focus on our mineral. One is niobium concentrate, which has a grade of 40% around. Other one is phosphorus, which has also an average grade of 30%. And also is iron ore, which also has a grade of 50%. For who doesn't know niobium, people need niobium for planes, for construction, for many things that's needed in our day-to-day life. And the other mine that produces the same thing is in Brazil, and they produce about 90% of the niobium in the world. So we're looking for Angola to quickly start eating up a little bit of that margin. These are a little bit of the minerals that we've already recovered. So our goal was 2019 prospection, construction 2021, and hopefully by July of 2025, we'll be able to go into construction. And the future investments, because of all the minerals that we're going to be able to recover from the mine, it's going to start creating other type of businesses in the market. So in Lubango, we're negotiating with the government of creating an industrial park because all the minerals that's recovered, you're going to start needing different factors to start creating a transformation for the same thing. So those are the things that we're trying to do. We're also negotiating with the government on creating energy from Lubango to the mining project to be able to help out the community there. So this is a little bit about NeoBonga, and thank you for everyone. And if you have any more questions, we can talk after the event. Thank you.
Thank you very much. My apologies because you're gonna have just two more. Let me invite Mr. Rui Lopes, Director of Shining Stars Icarus, to talk about the update on prospecting activity in Angola, copper and associated minerals. 5 minutes, please.
Honorable Minister, Honorable Ambassador, dear delegates, ladies and gentlemen, good morning once again. I'm here to present quickly and briefly the Tetelo project. For the past years, we have been here bringing the update geological progress on the project, but today I'm here to announce that the project will start the testing process in April, and production inauguration, official inauguration will be happen in September. So we have a huge area. Let me concentrate in Tetelo project. Following to the evaluation and the feasibility study of the project, so we are investing up to $200 million in the project in order to start production. Next year, we expect to start to produce around up to 25,000 tons of copper concentrate. It will be increased with the inclusion of an underground mine. So we will start production with an open pit mine this year, and will include on the second semester of 2026 the underground mine, which has been under construction, and that construction is already reached to 350 meters deeper. So this is the underground that is being constructed. We expect to produce around 4,000 tons copper concentrate a day. The ongoing construction is going very well, and we have been challenged for the past years by the minister and all his team to deliver the project. And we expect by the next year, surely, that we will bring most recent image of the inauguration as well as the production of the project. So to make a conclusion, basically, the Tetelo is a reality, is a project that we will start production this year, in which we are very proud of, with all support of a ministerial team, as well all the stakeholders that has been helping us in giving support to us. So not taking too long, so any additional information surely that we are on the booth and we can obviously provide and help. Let me give some time for the others in order to present. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to invite Tim Williams, Vice President of IVAO Mines, to talk about the update on prospecting activity in Angola. Copper project. 5 minutes, please.
Good afternoon, Minister, dignitaries, officials, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for the invite to present on our progress on the Quando Copper Project in southeast Angola. It's actually been a wonderful journey this past year. So I've got a 20-minute presentation, which I'll give you in 2 minutes. I'll try to be brief. It is going to be a bit of a rush through the slides, but I apologize for that. I think just to talk about our strategy, and I think this really talks to the heart of what Avno is, we certainly view Angola as an uncharted territory and an area that we believe there's lots of prospects going forward. Just taking a look at where we're operating, we are very keen and interested in the Central African Copper Belt, and we believe that the Copper Belt extends into southeast Angola, which is where we are interested. Just winding the clock back a year and a half ago, we were presented or signed our agreement with the ministry at the November 2023 Mining Investment Conference in Luanda, and things have moved fairly quickly from there. We have a license of 22,000 square kilometers. I have this quote, and I'd like to just say that as we progress, we actually see this area not as the lands at the end of the world, but the lands of progress and development. And I think that we hope to demonstrate that with our progress over the coming years. We started off this year with stakeholder engagements. We've met with government officials, with provincial, with municipal officials. And I think this is really talking to the heart of what we as a company stand for, and it's really about forming long and stable relationships with our host governments and with our host communities. We have embarked on a number of airborne exploration or geophysical programs this year. These commenced in July and completed by the end of November. We've completed about 1,000 square kilometers, or roughly 6,000 line kilometers of electromagnetic flying in 2 blocks. These are really proof of concept blocks, and this is to understand what the electromagnetic technique can actually provide for us. But in addition to that, and I think this is really maybe just mirroring what my colleague from De Beers said, we've flown over 121,000 line kilometers, nearly 3 times around the world, both MagSpec, which is radiometric and magnetic surveys, as well as another 30,000 line kilometers of gravity. We've managed to get onto the ground, so starting in August, we mobilized. We're well aware of the landmine risk. We've mitigated that with engagement of various NGOs and risk consultancies. We have got teams onto the ground. We've been sampling very actively. By the end of November, we had already collected well over 3,000 samples. Those samples will be analyzed using a number of different methods. These methods are really an attempt at seeing what actually works best in the environment. One of the most significant challenges that we have in Angola and parts of Zambia is the extensive Kalahari sand cover, and we do hope and believe that the work that we're doing there is going to unlock ways of actually dealing with this challenge. We've also completed an extensive ground geophysics program, so starting passive seismics and magnetotellurics, and these programs are currently in the process of being analyzed, and we are hopeful that by the time of the ends of the rain season in the end of March that we will have targets to actually focus on. We've also completed a significant baseline environmental survey, and this is really just indicating the extent of the existing environment. So where we go from for this year, we have an extensive budget of $8 million. A lot of that is going to be focused on diamond drilling, but there are a number of other programs that we will be following up on. And with that, I'd like to leave you. Thank you very much.
Let's give a few minutes as well to Mr. Marcus Schaeffer, Discovery Manager, Southern Africa, Anglo-American, to talk about the update on prospecting activity in Angola.
Thank you very much, and it's my pleasure to be presenting a quick update on Anglo-American's behalf on our exploration activities that have been done up to date. For those who haven't been familiar with our projects, we've got 2 big regional projects in the country. One is in the eastern side, close to the Zambian and Congolese border. That essentially is a strike extension of the copper belt coming through that part of the area. And the second project is a nickel copper project in the southern part of the country in relation to the Kunene project. Sorry, I'm a bit out of breath. I had to run up here. I thought I was off the hook a little earlier. We've got a support base in Luanda, and our mineral investment contracts were signed a couple of years ago. In 2020, we were actually, in fact, one of the earliest major mining companies that actually entered into the country. We're proud to actually have a skilled team of young Angolan nationals as part of our team. It's a mixture between geologists, technical people, community safety, and project support people. So I think in our view, it's essential to actually maintain our license to operate, and we're actually very proud to develop that expertise in the country. A lot of the expertise currently resides within the oil industry, but we're certainly putting a lot of emphasis on our mineral industry to catch up as well. Moshiko project. We've been active there on the ground for now quite some time. The project started with a lot of airborne geophysical surveys, but from last year on we've established a semi-permanent base there with a sizable camp, and obviously a lot of the field activities happening from there. Last year was also the first time we actually drilled, so we drilled about 5,000 kilometers of RC, mainly reconnaissance drilling, and the plan for this year is to build on that knowledge that we gained during the last couple of years and drill with 2 rigs on some of those deeper targets as well. The Kunene project is similar to the Moshiko project. It relied a lot on early stage geophysics, 100,000 line kilometers magnetics, 20,000 line kilometers spectrum, airborne EM. I think it's also about 3 times around the world, if I calculate correctly. And those have been followed up by extensive groundwork, ground gravity, and in exposed areas, soil sampling and mapping. So we are actually in a position to now actively test these targets, and we're looking forward to this year's program in executing those. Last slide, just a quick outlook. Angola remains a key focus area for Anglo-American. It's one of the key areas that we explore for copper. We think it's still vastly underexplored due to the obviously decades of conflicts. You still have access to regional ground, and we have got a very supportive government that assists us in our efforts. We're looking forward to the target testing phase this year, so watch this space. We hope that we can report some positive results on some of our activities soon. And obviously, we're also actively working to extend our project pipeline in Angola and making sure that in the years to come we still have a solid portfolio of projects in the country. So I'm going to leave you with this. I hope I was fast enough. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Well done.
A very good afternoon, everybody. I'm going to bring us both because I had handed over the stage and we're about to take over. Unfortunately, we are running behind time, and I believe that we're calling the minister to come and do the closing. Okay, so minister has agreed that he will not do the closing. We'll have one more speaker. Can I please ask that we keep according to time? Thank you so much, Minister. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much. And this will be, I'm famous for quick talks. So, Excellency and dignitaries, the Ambassador, and all other ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to present to you Anglo Lithium, which is a subsidiary of Tirana, an Australian company. I'm very new to Angola, but we have got people in our company that have been here for quite a number of times. Paul in the audience has been dealing in Angola for over 20 years, and Paolo, our company managing director, he is very well known to many of you here. Our main project is the Garel pegmatite field just out of Namib, and if this works, we'll have a look at it. Doesn't look like it's going to work. Oh yeah, there we go. So we're now not seeing rainforest, we're seeing very incised countryside. It's been very difficult to get around, but we have managed to get in there. We've been drilling. We've done 3 programs in the last 2 years. We've got a mixture of locals and Australians that have worked in pegmatite fields around the world, so we'd like to think that we're bringing some expertise into a new mineral commodity in Angola. We're very pleased to be in Angola, as we see it as very much a land of opportunity. There are over 1,000 pegmatites. Now, pegmatites, some have lithium, very few of them have lithium in fact, but we've scoured the place, we've appraised a couple of hundred of those, and we're still well on the way. At the moment, we've discovered spodumene, the main lithium mineral, at Mavero and Loop. We've got hundreds of geochemical samples in Australia being assayed at the moment. We've got some in Angola being assayed as well at the moment. We're also doing hyperspectral work to see if we can sift our way through these hundreds and hundreds of pegmatites, and it's just an ongoing business. This is one of the discovery areas. Peter there, as I said, is a world-class, well, in fact we call him Pegmatite Pete. He's worked in Canada and all through Africa and whatnot. That's a piece of spodumene from some recent drill core at our Loop prospect. We do have partners there. So Anglo Litio is the local company. Tirana is the funding partner for most of it and the overall management. And Sinomine have provided us with quite a bit of money and some expertise as well. We are, like everybody else, looking for new opportunities. We have applied for a couple more tenements with regard to lithium, but we are also open to other commodities as well. And at the end of the day, that's our summary. So we've established ourselves. We've got a corporate office in Luanda. We've got a local base in Namibia. We've discovered spodumene pegmatites down there in Namibia. We're expanding our grand holding. And we have got some money. We've got a budget of just over $4 million to spend in Angola over the next year or so. Thank you very much.
I just want to apologize. They are chasing us away from here. Maybe they are not happy that Angola is showing all this and that you are keen to come to Angola. Please come to Angola. Just a challenge. If someone that is not yet in Angola, a company that is not yet in Angola, and it's here, please, if you are now convinced that Angola is a destination, please wake up and tell me that you are coming to Angola soon. Please, the ones who really are convinced they will come to Angola, please stand up. I have saying some. Please, please. You see, I think we have gained some more investors to come to Angola. Thank you. Next time, we'll hire the room for all day, and they will see the power of Angola in the mining industry. Thank you.